It would seem that a power much greater than mine has decided that mankind must live.
What in the world are you doing?
The morning stream. Save it for the French.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TMS. This is the morning stream for June 30th, 2026. I am Scott Johnson, and I am joined today by guest sit-inner, Lord of all life. I think I said that because you look like Jesus. I think that's what happened.
I was about to complain about guest sit-inder, but then you said Lord of all life.
I don't know why I did that. My voice. I went to the gym, and when I go to the gym prior to the show, I'm both a little shaky because I did arms today, but I'm also a little stupid for some reason. And I don't know what that means. Why is that? Do you think it's like endorphins? And
I was about to say it's got to be endorphins every time I work out. Hi, my name's Bobby.
Oh, this is Bobby Frankenberger, everybody. Join him. See him? Have him. Anyway.
Join him.
Yeah.
Whenever I work out, like go on a run or any kind of like that, I feel awesome for at least for a couple hours afterwards, often for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
so.
Me too. Like this is 2 days in a row now that I'm trying to get back on the regular wagon, not just once a week or whatever.
And the bandwagon, the regular wagon.
The regular wagon. And today, the best part is I got there and the two bits of equipment I liked the most were available to me. That was great.
That is a good start to a day.
Yep.
That is great because it's always full. Or did it have sweat all over it?
No, it was pretty clean. And
great.
The only issue was, well, which one do I do first? Because if I get on one, surely the other one will get taken. So what was I more interested in at first? So I decided to do the cardio bike thing first. It was my exact position, location, and the brand of bike I like. It's one of those that's like powered entirely by the pedaling. So there's no cables or any of this, or it's not plugged in anything, and I really like that.
Right.
And that may be more common than I think, but I know there's some that are plugged in. There are there anyway. So I did that, and then the other thing was this weights thing where it's a machine, but you put on all the weight you want, and then you got to pull it way back above your shoulders and kind of to the rear, and it's supposed to work your like whatever these are called, not triceps. Whatever this is.
Traps?
I think it's, I don't know if it's traps. I don't know what it is.
I don't know muscles.
But, so I did that one next. And by the time I got to that, another dude had been there in the interim and it wasn't sweaty, but it was kind of warm. You know what I mean? Like you could tell a dude was just sitting there and the hand things were hot. And it was just like, and he was
hot hand things.
Yeah, and he was over there grunting. I wore headphones this time, so I didn't hear people grunting, but I could still hear him. So anyway, the gym. What are you going to do? Should everyone go to the gym?
Yeah, you're going to go because you need to.
Another note about guys. So I talked about this on the Monday show. I should mention why Brian's not here. Brian is ill this morning. He came down with something. His throat that was bugging him yesterday.
Yeah, not the 90s good kind of ill.
No.
Ill.
Or that new video game, horror game coming out. Not that either. It's just Brian caught something while he was here and Logan, or developed something or who knows what. It got worse, and then overnight it turned into a full-blown head cold. So he is taking the day, which is the exact thing we should do. We're a health and family first organization here at Frog Pants.
Yeah.
And Bobby was very kind to sit in. You know,
he caught it in Logan, so Logan says sorry this time.
Yeah, Logan. Sorry, I'm Logan. No, wait.
Yeah,
something like that. Inside joke, everybody. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the nail thing I had done yesterday. See, here's some photo evidence. I went to a nail salon. Place was packed. They had people lined up on both sides of this building, or just covered in these chairs. That's Kim next to me. That's me looking dumb. That's my brother-in-law Richard, who looks really weird in this pic, but if you see him in real life, he's this like massive human, and he would scare you. He would intimidate you. And that's his wife Audra on the other side. Anyway, he's growing a Johnny Ringo mustache from what do you call it? Tombstone. So he's working on that. It's got the little like pointy chin thing, and then the mustache kind of curls out. He's working on that. Anyway, that's not part of this story. Let's get back to what's happening here. That's me sitting there at the place. And the reason I'm sharing this is because yesterday I thought I was like, I did it. I talked yesterday about kind of how on the Monday show anyway, I talked about how this first real professional pedicure of mine, the lady was like super fast. She was like done before anyone else. I couldn't understand if that had something to do with me or if she was just efficient that way. Still not really totally sure, but I was like 15 minutes ahead of Kim and her brother and her sister-in-law. Fine, whatever. I sat there drinking my my Coke Zero that they had, or as they called it, Cock Zero. Now I'm not.
They did not say that.
It's an accent thing. All right. Yeah. They're everybody working there. They're all from Vietnam. Wonderful human beings. Wonderful in every way. And most of them had excellent English skills. Yeah. And it was great because if I had to say something or answer something, I feel like I could communicate. So I didn't feel, like a dummy.
Right. But you can't help hearing what you hear.
I can't help what my brain hears. And what she says to me is, she goes, how did it start? She goes, you want a drink? And I said, oh, absolutely. That'd be very nice. Thank you. And she says, what kind? And I said, do you have Coke products? And she goes, oh, you want a cock?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. Can I get I almost said it, but I said, can I get a Coke Zero?
Right.
Coke Zero coming up. And she went and grabbed a Coke Zero and brought it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. How was it? How was the cock?
It was. It was the best low-calorie cock I've ever had. Yeah. All right. Starting to sound bad. Anyway, that's just a little side note I wanted to share with people. I forgot to talk about it on the show yesterday. I told it on the Monday show, so some of this may be new, but let me just say I'm a fan. It was a very lovely, kind of a intense rub down of your feet, shins, and calves.
Oh, they're the best.
It's incredible. Like for any of you dudes going, I ain't going in there. It's for girl, that's for lady. If that's where your head's at.
First of all, why are you listening to this?
Why
show?
are you listening to us? Second of all, you're missing out, man. Get in there and let them work it. This is like almost felt like sacred ground in there because it was kind of quiet in a good way, like library quiet, but packed with people. The lady in charge, I forgot her name. It's like Joy or something. She's walking around. She has cropped blonde bleached hair. She's older. She's from Vietnam. I think she was a kid at the end of the war and came over with her parents. And there's a whole documentary about, like, it's called Nailed It, I think. That's all about the advent of Vietnam-owned nail salons in America after the Vietnam War. It's fascinating stuff, super interesting. But this place is packed with dopey white people like me sitting in these chairs, and these incredibly efficient, like knowledgeable, hardest working people are just running around getting everybody's feet done. And all I'm thinking is, sorry about the left one. I know it's got a weird thing on the toe there, and also that nail's weird. And I'm all like so self-conscious in there. But man, I walked out of there with a spring in my step. But anyway, jump a day though. That foot hurts because I think she cheese grated the heel a little deeper than maybe the manual recommends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do worry about that sometimes. Stephanie will use almost like a belt sander for her feet at home, and she has gone too far before and talked about how it hurt. It
really hurts because it shreds those little nerves once you get to them, and you think your heel's kind of impervious because it's sort of numb like your elbow. It's like, it's built up and it's not super sensitive, and it's your heel.
Yeah, but you don't realize it's so the lack of sensitivity is mostly because there's a callus. Like your heel is like a giant callus.
Yeah. So if you're not a little kid, you've been building up this callus over time, and as an adult, you don't really think about it until, I almost called her a name that was not correct. Anyway, I almost called her Joy, but that wasn't who did it. It was a different lady, and I forgot her name. Anyway, Joy, we'll call her Joy. Okay. She took that cheese grater, and it looks like a cheese grater.
Yeah. Yeah, Stephanie has one at home too, so yeah, it looks like a cheese grater.
Yeah, she just was cranking away, did the right foot first, no problem. Left one, she's doing it, and I kind of felt a little like, ooh, and it burned a little bit. Okay, and then it was fine. And then it took a night and then a day. And then yesterday I was just like, what is going on with my heel? And it's just this bright red, pink little hamburger patty back there. So
Yeah, but you wonder, is it because she went too deep, or is it because this is the first time those nerves have felt any sensation in like 30 years? You know?
Oh man, I didn't think of that. That's possible.
Yeah.
I have stepped on a nail on that same heel. One time that sucked. I had to get a tetanus shot for that. I think I was in my 20s, and then in my late 30s, they found a weird kind of thing that was growing on my heel, and they couldn't figure out what it was. So the doctor's answer to that was to numb my foot and surgically, just in office, surgically remove this area. That was going to be their plan.
The doctor was like, I don't know what that is. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, it was weird a little bit.
You never want to hear a doctor say, don't know what that is.
Yep. And especially when the only solution is cut around it, and when it could be, that could make things worse. I kind of actually did. I couldn't walk on that thing for weeks, it felt like. But anyway, here's how he does it. Now you might think to yourselves, oh, what is that? A little tiny pinprick to the heel, numbs up your foot, you're fine.
Yeah.
No. It's a syringe this long. It is a thick syringe, big gauge on that bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Inserts it into the flesh of the heel, deep, injects its murderous concoction, pulls out, and then your foot goes numb. I can't quite express the level. I've never experienced it before or since this. The level of pain that thing gave me,
wow,
is undescribably. Like, I know women who've given birth to 5-6 babies, and they look at me side-eyed when I say stuff like this.
Sure.
But I am telling you, from my perspective, my limited perspective with pain, with extreme pain, nothing has hurt worse than a needle through the heel. I thought I was going to die. But it was brief. It was like the most shooting, horrible pain for about 8 seconds. And then he went to digging, and now my foot is whole. So,
are you the kind of person who likes if you get a vaccine, you look away, or you watch?
I look away. I don't have so much. I've looked before, but if I look away for some reason, I'm just less. I just kind of care less. So any needles are fine. I can't self-inject though. Oh my gosh, no. My body won't let me. Like if the thumb's on the plunger, things on the leg, whatever shot it is, and I'm like, just
like
go.
There's a force field.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, yeah.
It's like, just push it in. Push it. And I'll push and I'll try, but it's not moving. And I'm like, what is this? But in the
Kim's
meantime,
gotta do it for you.
Yeah, Kim has to do it for me. And if I just turn away, it's fine. When they take my blood, I don't care about that. As long as I'm just not looking, it's fine.
Stephanie just went to the plastic surgeon because she's getting, reconstruction on her mastectomy that she got. Mm-hmm. And they have to start filling there's like a bag inside there that they fill up to stretch the skin. Mm. And she said the needle that they used to fill that up is this crazy science fiction horror looking gnarly needle, thick gauges like you're talking about, because they have to push saline through it to fill up it's a needle with 4, it's like a thing with 4 needles sticking out of it.
Ugh.
And then they jam it in there right at her chest. And but she said it's great because she had a mastectomy, all the nerves are gone, so she can't feel it at all.
Really?
Yeah, but it still bleeds, she said. So it's like really this weird thing, but
big medical fork is what that is. By the way, glad to hear that went well, that she's doing good. Everyone holding up okay? Everybody doing all right?
Yeah, everybody's doing great as far as we can tell, Stephanie especially. So yeah, quick update, because I know we've got some people coming.
Yep.
But a quick update is that at the time of Nerdtacular, I got a bunch of people asking me about it, and she hadn't had surgery yet. She hadn't had the mastectomy yet, but when I got back, it was like arrived. Then the next day, in-laws came to watch the kids, and then the day after that, it was the mastectomy. And I stayed with her overnight, but they took it out, and they tested the lymph nodes. They took 2 lymph nodes. At the time of the surgery, they tested clean, but we found out later from the pathology report that one of them had what they call a micrometastases, or a micrometastatic carcinoma, which basically means there's cancer cells less than a millimeter in one of the lymph nodes, which at first we were like, oh no, because we thought we might not have to do chemo, but they told us, the doctor told us, well, she was going to have to do chemo anyway because she's so young, 40 years old. You know, you've got a lot longer that you can live, so they want to do chemo anyway, just in case there's cancer anywhere, right?
Yeah, that's usually what they do. That's normal. That's typical. So we're waiting. We just haven't been to the oncologist yet. Actually, tomorrow we're going to the oncologist to find out what the next steps are. But everything's going great so far. She got an entire body part chopped off, and all she's taken is Tylenol. Jeez. That stuff doesn't even work for me. I'm impressed. That's fantastic.
Yeah, she's always been that way. When she got C-sections for both the kids, all she took was, she never took any of the hard drugs afterwards. She always took just ibuprofen. And,
wow.
So she's got some kind of crazy pain tolerance.
The women in our lives,
she's doing great.
Man,
she's up and moving around. Yeah, I know. No
I don't
kidding,
get
right?
it.
If I stub my toe, I'm like, where's the oxy?
Yeah. Give me some of that oxycodone. Listen, my wife gave birth to 2 of my 3 kids naturally on purpose, like chose to. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't freaking get it. Like to this day.
She chose to do this?
She chose and then did it again. She was like, hey, what do you want to do with the second one? Because that first one that was pretty rough. I think I'll do it again. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Women, man, they're amazing. Anyway, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that we're on the road here. That's good.
Yeah, she's up and moving around and like almost like normal. She was telling me last night, I don't know why they cleared me to be out of work for so long. I could go back to work right now.
Yeah.
She's not going to, because I reminded her that she gets tired very easily. But body's still healing. But she feels great. So we're still positive and everything's going great.
Good. So. Thanks everybody out there for all your well wishes on her behalf.
Yeah, for real. That's the one silver lining about all this is I've been made very aware of how great the community is, because so many people reach out and share their stories with me and ask me how they can help, and that's been really wonderful.
They're kind of the best.
Everyone.
Well, got some good news for everybody. What does this sound mean to you? That means somebody we're used to having around here occasionally is here again. It's Dr. Niki. Not just her, though. Well, Dr. Niki, let's say hi to you first. Hi, how are you? Whoops, I muted you. Say something again. There you are.
That's my sheep impression.
That's really good.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I thought there was a sheep on the...
Yeah.
Tell me if my mic sounds like a professional mic, because every time I come on the show, I sound like I'm calling from a urinal or something.
You actually sound great. I think
sounds like a professional urinal.
Yeah,
though.
it's
Thank
using
you,
your Shure MV7 right now. It says so.
Yes, that's the mic I won on ANTP.
Oh well, nice. Oh really? That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I feel like we're working with a bit of history here.
Scott's like, really? We really helped podcasters, didn't we?
Yeah.
Here's some other good news before we tell everybody why you're here. Huyen Te Dao is also here. Am I saying it right? Please correct me, Huyen.
It's my husband doesn't even say it right, so it's totally fine. It's Huyen Te Dao. Yeah, I'm Vietnamese, so it's hard. There are diphthongs and tones and things like that. So you can say Win.
You'll forgive me this one time, right? We're all right with this?
Of course.
Okay. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. Hey, it's fantastic having you here. And of course, Niki, here's the reason we're doing this, guys. You guys have something in the works. You've been concocting something. And Niki reached out to me and said, hey, we should talk more about this. And I said, well, come on the show and tell us all about it. So whoever wants to start, tell me what you guys are planning. Why should we be excited about it?
Well, thank you for that, by the way. It's nice to be able to just message you and you'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. Get in here.
Special.
Yeah. I mean, you're part of this big wacky community as much as anybody. And I don't know. I like when people are doing cool new stuff. So let's promote the hell out of it.
Yeah. Take it away, Wen.
Yeah, well, actually, it's kind of because of this community that we started doing something, because we met for the first time in person, like at all, at Nerdtacular, and we enjoyed each other's company and chit-chatting and doing the panel so much that we decided, hey, like, I think actually simultaneously we were like messaging each other afterwards, like, you know, should we do a show? Should we do a show together?
This has happened to all of us here, I think.
Oh yeah, no. In
That's
fact,
why I'm laughing.
the best things that have ever come out of this network are almost always from something like this. Whether it's like, I played a game with a guy and he really impressed me, and now I'm going to reach out and say, do you want to do a thing together or whatever? Like it's always comes kind of organically, and it feels like this is perfect. So what you guys have described, I think, is it's in the rule book of how to make a new show somehow connected to Frog Pants in this small way. So
Yeah, and we have 2/3 of the, or no, 3/4, I can't do math, of the science panel here. So at Nerdtacular, Tom and Bobby and Wen and I. Was there anyone else? No, that was us.
No, that was
We're
us.
on
Four of
the
us, yeah.
Science versus Tech panel. And I think it was really fun. You can go back and listen to it. And then we thought, let's do a show, but we're both busy. So we're like, let's do a TMS style show, but for kind of like women in STEM. And that's like kind of casual. At least that's where I was coming from. I wanted to listen to a show that I would like to listen to about people kind of in my demographic. So yeah, I don't know. I think Wen's vibe was the same.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I've actually done like interviews with people in my industry throughout my entire career, and it just kind of made sense. Just talking to each other, seeing what cool things we're thinking about, what we're doing, and hopefully talking to other women in STEM to talk about what cool things they're doing as well.
yeah, I love that.
At some point.
I don't feel like. Do you feel like there was like a hole to fill out there? I mean, my personal exposure to anything like what you're describing is pretty low, but I might also be in the wrong demographic, or I'm just a dope. That's entirely possible. But do you feel like there's a niche to fill here, or
It's
what?
hard to find podcasts, but I've looked and I haven't found the vibe that I'm looking for. There's lots of great shows that are either very technical or very like scripted, kind of like NPR style, but there's not like that. I'm sure there is one, but like not one that I've found that's just like a chatting kind of just, what's the vibe in the field? What's going on? And what do we find exciting? Kind of like TMS, but I mean, our first episode talks about farts, so I feel like
Oh yeah, you're in the neighborhood for sure. That's fantastic.
And I should say, the reason we're doing this is because DTNS is doing Experiment Week next week, July 6th to 10th, and our show is going to be promoing on Monday. So go over to the DTNS feed and listen to it.
Oh, you've already, so it's
Maybe
already in the
when-
can then, right? You guys have already done it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we recorded it last weekend. We got a question from a TMS listener from Cap, so thank you, Cap. And maybe one wants to say more about like what this one's about. I don't know, or if you guys have questions.
Yeah, we kind of started taking inspiration from the panel a little bit, but we kind of decided on picking a couple things that were a vibe in our respective industries, or just something that we thought was interesting or uplifting. And we kind of went from there, and also tied that into the user question. I think we really edited. It's also really funny because we just met 2-3 weeks ago, and I think also the way that we approach subjects and we approach like expressing our opinion and things that we're excited about are very like synced up. Like we kept like kind of. I mean, we're different people, obviously different interests in different fields, but we seem to be vibing very hard in a very good way.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully people like it. It's just us chatting about things that we're excited about.
Well,
totally free form.
Having known you guys, I've only known you for about the same 3 weeks, and known Niki for a few years now. I could totally, I can sense the vibe already, and I can tell you this: in my little business, there are not enough female voices out there. And part of it is because, it's just, I don't know why it's so male dominated. I'm really glad though, because this sounds like a show I would really get into and totally check out. People in the audience or in the chat are saying similar things. Ash Lioness says, I would love this show. I'm a writer, so not in STEM, but a woman-hosted show about women is awesome, and I would listen to this, or this is an always listen for me.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Well, even if you're not into, like, you don't think you're into STEM, one of the really great things, having been on the panel with the two of you, one of the really great things that I like about both of you is that you're both very curious and very excited about talking about things. And so
We actually
that
came here
makes
just
for
to get compliments.
I love it.
Oh, well done.
and that's what makes it so fun to listen to you guys talk about things is that curiosity and that excitement is there, present, very forward, and it's cool.
Yeah, there's an energy to the both of you that I think will translate extremely well. And I mean, that was on display at the event. When I first sat down to talk to you for the first time, I was like, it was the only real free minute I had to even do this. And I went, oh man, she's just she's like one of us. Like what's going on here? And
I felt the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. And so having, these two very smart, capable folks get together and make a brand new show is just super exciting to me. So I'm really jazzed about it. What's the plan for frequency? And, is it a weekly? You guys doing monthlies? Like, what's your plan?
Well, first of all, I've been going around telling people that I'm breaking the glass ceiling because, I'm totally starting a podcast, bro. I'm almost embarrassed. I'm like, listen, I'm starting a podcast, but it's good, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. The plan right now is to test out Experiment Week on Monday, kind of see where people's feedback is. We've listened to the draft, and we both were like, it's pretty good. Actually, I would listen to this independent of it being me who's recorded it.
Sure.
We were thinking to do monthly. And we'll have to talk to Tom about whether we put that in as a segment within DTNS or a separate feed. The DTNS feed has a lot in it, so we were thinking about maybe a separate feed. And then we also don't have a name because it's hard to come up with names. So we are the Untitled Huyen and Niki Huyen show right now. But please send us names or Q&A questions. Honestly, we're findable everywhere. But
or
any other feedback on what you guys want. Yeah, sorry, whatever you guys want to hear, and anything, or let people know that you like us. I guess.
Yes.
I feel like because it's Experiment Week, we feel a little bit like, are they going to keep us around? Does the experiment succeed or fail? So yeah.
Tom's got some kind of chopping block, and Tom's about to cut people or whatever. Yeah. He never does
Tom
that.
is just do whatever you want. I just want to help you.
Yeah. He's great about that
he's
stuff.
really great.
That's why he's also, we're all kind of one of a kind. I think he's the best. And so doing this is so rad.
Yes.
You say it's next week's kickoff new show
so
will
that's
be this.
July 6th.
Okay. 6th of July, everybody. And the DTNS main feed will certainly carry it.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on that and give it a listen. I can't wait.
Yeah, and tap into the jury method, I guess, and tell everyone about it and that how much you liked it and recommend it to your grandma and all that.
That's right.
That's what he does, right?
Yeah, he hacks the system is what they do over there.
We got to do that.
Yeah, they what do you call that? Social engineer good reviews on things, even though it's a thing that should get good reviews. But sometimes you need a little push. We're happy to help do that too. So whatever you guys need, you let us know, and maybe in the future. We'll be asking to come on your show because it's so big and so rad.
You can't, you're a dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No dudes allowed. Keep the dudes out.
We haven't decided yet if dudes are allowed in our little treehouse or not.
Well, if you ever let one in, I think Bobby is willing. I am too. I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
Niki, always a pleasure. Go watch some goats punch each other. And Huyen, huge thanks for being here as well. We'll talk to you both soon, and good luck to everybody. Very exciting stuff. I'm happy for them. Aren't you, Bobby?
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
weird?
also happy.
Your video's caught up now. For a while there, your video was all off from your audio, and it was fine. But now it's fine. Now it's even more fine.
Sometimes the video bites are they're not as athletic as the audio bites. They don't run as fast. Sometimes.
No, we can't control that either. That's a nature thing. Science. How does it work? Hey, a quick note about some news. News today brought to you by Nerdtacular 2026 T-shirts are in the store again for a limited time. So if you were one of the people that were like, oh, they're out when you were there, or you didn't have time or the wherewithal to order them prior to the event, and you wanted one to commemorate and remember it, get them now at frogpants.com today.
Buy one and pretend you were there if you weren't.
Yeah, even if you weren't there, it's fine. We don't care. Wear it proudly. Quick story before we bring Bill in here. Millions of bees. This is kind of sciencey.
Oh my God, that's all you needed to say, and I'm already clenching my butt cheeks.
Yeah, you were having to fight that while you were putting your deck together or something, right? Bunch of bees. Or no, am I thinking of something else?
You're thinking of something else. We don't get too many bees around here.
Oh, I know. I was thinking of Brian in Vermont and the beehive trying to get into the hot tub on the deck. That's what it was.
Right.
I knew it was connected somewhere, but just where was eluding me. Anyway, millions of bees escape after a semi-truck hauling beehives overturns. This happened in Orange County, California.
I like how they say millions of bees escape as like sort of admitting that we're holding them prisoner.
Yeah.
And
think about that. That language is awful projecting, isn't it?
Yeah.
They escaped from their...
Yeah, and when they say escape like that, it makes me think kind of like Like, well, good.
Yeah. Like we are captors.
I'm glad this happened.
Yeah.
I hope the truck driver's okay.
Get out, bees. Let's see. Here's what happened. Nearly 2 million bees. They escaped Sunday after a semi-truck hauling beehives overturned in a rural part of southeast Texas. Sorry, Orange County, Texas. Orange County Emergency Services District 4 shared posts on Facebook warning residents to stay indoors. Well, that's a call you want to get, isn't it?
Yeah, really.
Mr. Frankenberger, please shelter in place. There are 2 million bees out there.
Yeah.
Isn't that a weird thing to hear?
Yeah. I don't know how I would react to that. If someone cold called me, I might assume that it was a scam.
Yeah.
But then later I would think, but what were they trying to scam me for?
Yeah, what were they trying to get you for?
Yeah.
Big B. That's just Big B working.
Yeah.
The beehives will be taken to a local honey farm, so they will be saved.
I thought they escaped.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. I think what happens is a lot of the bees, like the beehives, go tumbling out into the road. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's video. Hold on.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, but this must be shared. Here we go. Okay. That's them driving past. Oh my gosh, there's the cloud of bees. Look at them flying past the car. So many bees. Here, go back and see that again. Here it is. So they see the wreckage, and then bees.
Oh my gosh.
I would die. Oh, look at this. This is a nightmare. This is my worst nightmare.
That's a lot of beehives.
Yeah. I didn't know they transported bees around like that.
Well, so I did know that they do that. The reason they'll do it is because, well, first of all, we don't have enough bees anymore because they're all dying off probably because they're on semi trucks that are tipping over.
Right.
But they will be keepers who have hives. They will farmers want bees to help pollinate their crops, right?
Sure.
So they will rent bees basically from beekeepers and put them on their property temporarily to help pollinate stuff. And
I didn't know that was a thing. That's interesting.
That's an income source for beekeepers. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, so you can see this in these photos. This is just a absolute swarm. They all gravitated to the tree right next to the wreckage.
And the people who are cleaning it up, like, they got to be people who are experienced with that. They've got the bee suits on, that are helping. And I imagine it being like, sort of like, in what's the movie with Bruce Willis and the meteor?
You're going to say Bruce Willis and the bees. Oh,
yeah,
Armageddon.
So they call up, it's like an Armageddon situation, right? Like you're sitting at home, you're like, you get a phone call, Mr. Johnson, we need your expertise. There's been an accident, and you're like, I'm retired.
Yeah, I don't do this anymore.
Yeah, and they're like, but it's a truck and millions of bees and local people are in danger, and you're like, fine, this one last time.
Yeah,
and then you suit up and go and then you're in that picture.
This Hollywood script writes itself, honestly.
Yeah.
I think this guy right here, this beekeeper here, that marking there is, I think he pooped himself because there's so many bees. That's what I think happened there.
Yeah, see, they didn't call you, or they didn't call the retired beekeeper.
No,
that's why.
No, they did not, and they're not better for it. Guys, it's time for us to bring Bill in. You know him, you love him, and if I could find his stuff, here we go. I found it. It's time for this. Oh, wait, it's time for this.
There's still something wrong, isn't there, Bill?
Well, if it isn't old Bill Duran up there in the Pacific Northwest holding it all down at punishprops.com, I think it is. Hi, Bill.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Scott and Harry Bryan.
Harry Bryan.
Yeah,
I like it.
This is great. It's like a reunion of some of my favorite people that I got to see in Utah.
True.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
It was great having you there, Bill, as always. I mean, it's not like we didn't, Bill is a familiar face at the Nerdtacular scene.
Oh, yes.
But
I've been at all of them since 2010, I think.
Yep, 2010 and forward, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Missed a Vegas or two.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, the Nerdtacular, I can't even, there's something behind me right now. Let's see, where is it? Can you guys see the duck? Anyway, Bill made that for me in 2011. He printed giant version of Steve the Duck, and I still prize it and dust it every week. If you can believe it. I got to keep this stuff clean, man. You know?
Well, I've been eating delicious Victory pancakes for the last 2 weeks with my syrup prize that I got for
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
But also, though, I got to tell you, there's a lot in the world that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think communities like the Frog Pants community are exactly what people need.
Well, you need more of this sort of stuff,
kidding.
don't you think?
No kidding. Yeah.
And it can't be big. It can't be a huge community.
No, it needs to be like this. It needs to be small.
It's got to
and
be
personal.
a tribe, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly the way I felt when we were there, me and Britt, the whole time.
Yeah, there are certainly examples out there of when there's a threshold, and I think I know what that threshold is. Like for an event like that, the threshold's about 1,000. If you had 1,000 people there, it stops being personal and kind of becomes like any other thing that you'd go to. You can have your fan fun and your fan moments and maybe your occasional photos or whatever, but it's just way less easy to manage. Mm-hmm. And then one thing I do like about the Frog Pants Network is that we've got like a kind of a personal connection to everybody as well as a larger group vibe.
The line between producer and fan is extremely blurry. In fact, anyone listening right now, there's like a 50% chance you'll end up a guest on this show.
Yeah.
You know the truth.
There's a 25% chance it'll start as a fitness
exactly,
segment, and then evolve into something about making things. Speaking of which, yes, sir.
Yes, I'm just glad we all found each other, and I hope I never miss a Nerdtacular.
Well, I hope we never miss any chance to see you. So thanks for that, man. Let's talk about your week in making. What are we up to this week? What are we doing?
This is a project I finished, and what's funny is I finished it before Nerdtacular. Didn't really have a chance to talk about it. That was less than a month ago. I made a huge thing from Borderlands. There's a video up on our YouTube channel. The folks at Prusa Research, they make 3D printers. They reached out. We've worked with them in the past. They're great. They have printables.com as their file repository website, and they've been working deals with big companies like tool manufacturers, and they did stuff with Borderlands. They have official 3D print files for like Festool tools and Borderlands guns and all sorts of cool stuff right on the Printables website. So they hired us to make a video and promote that by making something cool from Borderlands.
Nice.
It seemed like a perfect fit. What they wanted me to make was this loot crate. Borderlands has all these awesome loot
like
crates
the stuff
animate
you
when
click
you
on they pop open and you get your guns out.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, dude. I thought you were just going to make a gun here. I'm going to lose it.
And I've made lots of Borderlands guns.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, and I would have very happily made another one. But I've been jonesing to make something like this from Borderlands since I played the first Borderlands. And it is specifically that the crate is closed and you push a thing and it opens to display everything. That animation is so cool.
It is good.
So they sent me the in-game 3D model, the real one from the game. But the 3D model from a video game is not printable. It's got holes. The geometry is missing and has overlapping faces. So you got to go in and make the whole thing watertight so it'll print. And you could do that in any 3D program. I show how to do it in Blender, which is free. It's very tedious. It's a lot of work.
I was about to ask, how long does that take?
It seems like a lot. Is the whole thing printed as a single print or multiple?
No.
Okay.
And to add that, on top of that, the in-game model, it animates, right? It opens. I had to make it do that for real, but the in-game model does not have to follow the laws of physics. It can just clip into pieces into one another.
So lucky not having to follow the laws of physics.
Yeah. Lucky bastard.
So I had to invent the mechanism to make all of that work and design a 3D model that would print in pieces because it's quite large. It's about 3 feet wide. Mm-hmm. And I did that.
Nice. And the Prusa XL did the whole schmear, obviously, because you're...
Yeah. So they sent me that printer for this project. It's awesome. It's got 5 tool heads, so you can load it with 5 different colors or 5 different materials.
5.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I like the swapping tool heads compared to other multi-material solutions because it uses a lot less waste. It doesn't eject poop out the back like some other printers. So I really dig that design of printer, and it's huge, which is perfect because the prints for this were really, really big.
It looks like it's a cyberpunk looking printer.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, with all the tubes coming off.
Yeah,
of it.
like cassette futurism kind of vibes and all that stuff. I love about that. Here
and
it is.
What a good thing for what a good model for people to want to get, because it looks like you can put this on your wall and it's like a shelf.
Actually put stuff in it, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I forgot to mention that you can go print this for free. The files are up on printables. Anyone can go print it. I see you've got some filament behind you there, Bobby.
Sure do. I might have to check that out.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot of filament. Holy crap.
That's like 4 rolls.
4 rolls, yeah, that'll do it.
Damn.
What's really cool, I did print a test piece in full color just to see if I could do it. I did not print the whole thing. I ended up painting it, but you could print the whole thing in full color, which I think is just really, really cool.
Yeah, that is rad. So the painting is going to be half the fun with this one, right? Because you're doing all that distressing and that kind of cartoon.
Yeah, Borderlands has
thing.
a very distinct look.
Yeah.
So of course, first I had to sand everything, which is my life. So I sanded everything nice and smooth, and then we did the painting. And I did do a base coat with spray paint, but everything else I painted it by hand, just hand and brush, to really get that Borderlands look. Like the stuff in Borderlands looks hand painted. It looks
it looks hand drawn and also distressed, like a realistic thing. It's a weird combination. I always feel like when I watch cosplay videos or something of here's Dragon Con for the year or whatever, I feel like half of it is people continually mastering or one-upping each other or iterating on Borderlands style of cosplay.
Yeah, I have 2 friends. My friend Stephen K. Smith, he's got a YouTube channel. He's painted probably hundreds of Borderlands masks. He's really nailed the style. And then my friend Brittany, blanking on her last name all of a sudden.
Brittany Blanken.
Brittany Genoza. She's on Instagram. Yeah. She is a master at painting, especially the Borderlands style. So those 2 people are my inspiration for this, and I tried to hold a candle what they can do.
Your hand-cut freaking stencil.
You like that?
That's awesome, dude. That is, I love the idea. I'm assuming here that you put letters, I don't know why I thought this, but letter decals on there, but no, it's like the opposite of that.
I have a vinyl cutter too, but I wanted it to look a little bit handmade, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's the idea.
And then, of course, you got to finish it off by outlining everything in black. So I used a little fine liner brush and some black acrylic paint and did all the outlines on that.
Oh my
and of course, they all had to go together with the mechanism. There's a couple of springs in there. The way it works is you hit the button, the bottom swings down with a couple of things on it, and the top is spring-loaded, so it slides and opens up.
Okay.
And it was a little fiddly, but I got it to work.
Well, that's what you want, though, right? Because the effect of that in the game is flung, it's almost the original loot box. It's
exactly
that feeling, that visceral feeling of I just got some rad shite. Even if there really isn't, the box sure made it seem like I was gonna.
Yeah. So I designed some tool holders for the inside of my crate here. It'll hold a normal claw hammer and a tape measure and one of our knives. So it seems like a pretty good bet. And I have it hanging up in my shop right now, loaded up. If I need a hammer, boy, it's right there.
That's so cool. Now, are you going to put, I don't know what this would take, but what would it take to spring load some preset weapons in there? Not ones you can remove, but, like you're doing with the tools here.
Yeah. So the tool holders I 3D model, I actually 3D scanned all my tools, dropped them in Fusion so I could model the tool holders around them. Mm-hmm. So I've got actually in the background somewhere there is a small Borderlands. Oh, no, it's right in the front there, the Unkempt Herald. I don't think it'll actually fit, but there's some Borderlands stuff. I could model different holders for it, basically ammo holders or whatever you need, and just pop them out.
Gosh,
dang it! Different ones.
That's rad. That's so cool. This also seems like just such a great, you're going to go down a rabbit hole of other accessories that have this look.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh! If every container and hanger in my shop had this look, That would be amazing. I would love to walk into that every day.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool.
You'd probably get Randy Pitchford to come visit and then leave a questionable memory stick full of pornography while he's there. Sorry, the side story, whole different thing. Go look it up. Go look it up. It's a thing with him. Anyway, that's fantastic. You also usually leave us with a chance to see something else. Do you have a link today?
Yeah. Yes, this one. So I got a video I just dropped into the chat there. Alton Brown has been a media hero of mine for like 25 years. I watched all of his shows, like Good Eats back in the day. He's got a YouTube channel where he has been making, I think, some of the best YouTube out there. I mean, he's one of the best presenters. He's amazing at presenting technical information in a really fun way. And he's got a team of people helping him make this that are just magnificent. The video I shared with you is him making pancakes.
Yeah.
The victory pancakes.
I like that he's wearing a robe like he just got.
Yeah. He goes
great.
through a lot of extra effort to film and record and present his videos in an interesting way, and I've been inspired by that for the last 25 years. And I want to make my videos more like he does.
Oh, I want to make pancakes is what I want to do.
Pancakes. I haven't had breakfast yet either, so it's probably happening in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think you may as well make that happen. Go look it up. It is the Alton Brown channel, and of course, Punish Props as well. You can see this build that we just talked about, as well as a bunch of other cool stuff happening on that channel. Tons of shorts. I see those are doing really well for you. That's fantastic. Bill, anything else you'd like to say before we kick you unceremoniously out of this phone call?
I love all you guys.
Oh, we love you, man.
Aww.
Go make something cool and print it or something. Bye now. All right. You guys know that I have his original. Let's see. I showed this to Bobby, I think, when you were here. This is way back when he was just starting. Okay, he had not this. In fact, I think it was the first model he built. And he made 2 of these. Gave me one of them, but it's Jim Raynor's pistol from the.
You said, I think you told me it was the first gun that he made, right?
Yeah, I think it's the first gun he made. And when he sees this or I bring it up, he gets very embarrassed and is like, "Oh, I've changed. Everything's changed." Like, obviously, you progress or whatever. But I cherish this thing. I love.
Yeah, I think when I saw that, when you showed that to me, I was like, "That's a piece of history, a builder and history right there. That's really cool."
Yeah. Plus, it's Jim Raynor, one of my favorite characters in all video games. So everybody won. Bill thinks he didn't win, but I won. I feel like I won here. So thank you, Bill. I'd feel the same way. You show me a drawing from 10 years ago and I want to throw up. I'd much rather redraw it now. It's like that.
Wow.
Creators get that way about their stuff. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
Guys, it's time for a quick email. This is from Jam the Ham. All right.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know this person. I assume they're great because everybody we get on the show is great. For some reason, my screen's screwed up. Hold on, everybody. Hold on to your butts while I fix something. Okay. Why did that work and that didn't? Oh,
I'm not sure I want to know about jamming the ham.
Jamming the ham is not something we'd recommend doing in polite company.
No.
Here's the email.
Sounds like an accident.
Yeah, it does sound like a mistake or an accident or something like that.
I jammed the ham.
I jammed my ham again.
This is about the jugs of pee.
This came as a text, I believe. Jam the Ham says, in reference to Wednesday's show, I had an aunt and uncle who lived in South Carolina. Oh, funny you're here today. That worked for Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. And in the summer of 1985, I went up there with my dad and my sister, and I walked in the front door with my Dungeons and Dragons books, and she flipped the shit out. Man, it was hilarious.
Wow.
You know what, Jam the Ham? I respect that. I do. Because we were talking about this, Bobby. I don't know if you've heard me go on about it. The fantastic book series, Turmoil in the Toy Box. There were 2 of these.
Yep.
By Phil Phillips. And, all right, chat, you guys can see us. Looks like it reconnected to YouTube. Okay. Sorry about that. A glitch. The power went out. The worst part is that my mixer is not on the backup UPS. So the sound that the mixer makes when it loses power in your ears is deafening.
Oh, it like pops, right?
Yeah, it goes, "Ka!" And it was just like half of my frontal whatever fell off. All right. Anyway, we're back. I was reading this email. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He went up and saw Tammy Faye Baker and the Bakers in 85 and the books and everything else. Anyway, that's what that was. We finished that email. I don't know why I pretended we didn't.
Yeah.
That means we're done with the show. I have a call I need to play, but it's for Brian, so I'm going to save it for tomorrow when he's back.
I see how it is.
Bobby, I would like you, before we do anything else, to spend a little time telling people about your show, why they should listen to it, what you guys have covered lately, all that stuff.
What have you covered lately? I have a podcast called All Around Science. All Around Science. I say that so precisely because so many people want to say all about science, but while it is all about science, it is called All Around Science.
Do you regret that? Wish you'd have said the other thing, or did somebody already?
Well,
have that?
we wanted to call it All About Science, but that title is taken by some like nonprofit or something.
Oh,
so.
Okay. Having had a fight, having had an argument with nonprofits about names of things that I thought I owned, I understand why you don't want to pursue those.
Yeah, it's not a great position to be in to be trying to strong arm a nonprofit into, into giving you something of theirs.
No.
So it's all around science, and my co-host and I, Maura, who you've met before, and many of you have met. We just talk about science, the things that mostly news, and then just chat about what we think is interesting. But we cover science news on a weekly basis. This past episode that just published on Monday, we talked about there's a spider that catapults ants into the air. That's how it traps them.
Jeez.
Yeah, in order to avoid, because it's here's a little teaser. It's hard for a spider to capture ants because ants swarm, right?
Right.
And to defend themselves, that's part of what they do. So this spider has figured out a way to do it, to single out and trap individual ants and pull them away from the group without getting swarmed. It's
Spiders,
pretty cool.
I don't like them. They freak me out. I don't trust them.
Yeah,
they shouldn't be able to do that. What is this magic bullshit I'm hearing about today about these new spiders? This is something my daughter would save and take outside and let live. That's what would happen. Anyway,
yeah,
that's my 2 cents on your topic.
At the end of the episode, we also answer a thing of talking about, there's a lot of talk about putting AI data centers in space.
Yeah.
And someone had a question about, like, I thought that was not possible because of you can't really actually cool data things like that in space. And I gave a little bit of detail on how that works.
Oh, I need to hear that because I assume. So here's my assumption. You can give me a up or down on this, but you don't have to spoil the episode. But if they put them in space, I thought the reason that it was an issue was not about the cooling, because that would work. It would be the latency to get data back and forth.
Well, we didn't talk about latency, I will say, but the cooling question is complicated, and that's what the crux of my answer is that, some people say, oh, well, there's no air or liquid floating around in space, so how would you conduct or convect heat away from the thing? It doesn't work, and it just wouldn't work. And I said, yes, but it's more complicated than that, and it's not. The answer is maybe surprising because it's not outside. It's not crazy of an idea to cool those things in space. It's just there's a very nuanced and complicated answer to that question. So that's what, if you're interested in that, you should check out this last episode of All Around Science.
Here's a question. What if, now I'm curious.
No, hey, curiosity, I encourage it.
It's also killed a cat, but anyway. What if
don't encourage.
I take a 10 base T, category 8 cable or something, long enough to do this, and I just George Clooney a server into space, just push him out there like gravity.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it just head over heels floats into space. And let's say my cable's long enough for it to, I don't know, go a couple of million miles away from our atmosphere.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work, right? Because the harshness of that cold is literally going to just everything about that machine is frozen.
Nope, it won't freeze.
Okay,
I'll stop you there. It won't freeze because it's a misunderstanding that space is. It depends on how you define cold, but it's space isn't so much cold as it is. It has no real temperature, because how do you define temperature? Right, temperature is about energy in matter, and the whether you feel the heat or cold has more to do with energy moving from one medium to another rather than some absolute property of something. It's about energy, and so if it's a vacuum in space, there's no real like matter there to have the energy to make to give you a temperature. So it wouldn't freeze.
That's why we would freeze, because we have the matter. We have the
because
water
there's matter in our body.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And we would be the energy from our body would be, it'd be a problem.
Yeah, but these machines, they're not sweating. It's not like you got a computer sweating up there, so it doesn't have
right.
these,
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. But it wouldn't be good for the server if in the way you described it, you just pushed it out into space. It would not last very long.
Sure.
And like I said, I go into the lots of the details on the episode. So
nice. Go check it out. All Around Science, everybody. That's allaroundscience.com. Fantastic domain. That's probably the other reason that you got that name, right? It's a good domain.
Yeah, it was a .com.
Nobody finds them .coms no more.
If you're starting a podcast, there are a couple things you have to consider for your title, and one of them is, can you get the .com? Because that's the best. You want to get the .com.
All right. Get the .com if you can. If you have to, I guess you can deal with the .net.
Yeah, and I've done that before too, and it's kind of
not great.
It's okay, but it's a little embarrassing.
The Instance used to be that. The Instance.net. I could never get anything else in the .coms. So.
And am I right? Aren't you like, you're always like, it's the instance.net.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, it's what I could get.
It's the phonetic way of saying this sound right here. Hold on. It's what this sounds like. .net. All right. That is it for us. We're going to play a song on our way out of here, though. And, quick reminder, we got a couple things going on. TMS has its own YouTube channel now. Just want to remind people of that. If you're watching the YouTube channel live right now, well, that's because you already know this and you're already over there watching it. While we do the simultaneous stream on YouTube, we also put up the archives there. So whenever a show is done, it gets reposted in its final edited finished form and put up on that YouTube channel. So if you're using YouTube for podcasts or just prefer your content in video form or whatever, youtube.com/@themorningstreamshow. That's The Morning Stream Show on YouTube. And we would love it if you went and subbed over there. That would be great. We'd like to grow that on its own. I think that's it. There's lots of stuff coming up. Just go ahead and check thefrogpants.com/schedule if you're confused about any upcoming content. And let's get to our outro song. Brian sent this to me and said, this came from Matt B., who wrote, "Hey, Slayer and Baby Metal. Today is my 39th birthday. My two favorite bands are Green Day and Blink-182, and I would love to hear a cover of one of their songs. For this, Brian picked a very cool 80s style cover of 21 Guns by Michelle Simonal. Simonal? Would you say Simonal?
Simonal.
Simonal? Ask your doctor if Simonal is right for you. That is a fantastic song from the American Idiot album. I love that song. 21 Guns is fantastic. Wait, is it from American Idiot or am I mixing it up? Anyway, whatever. I love Green Day and I love that song. So we're going to play this cover and we're going to do it now. Brian might be back tomorrow. We'll see how he's feeling. You know, like we say, we're a health first organization here on the podcast, and we'd like him to feel better. So we'll let you know. But either way, we hope he is feeling better and convalescing in his way. And we hope that Bobby has a fantastic day as well. Bobby, thanks again for sitting in with us.
As I always say, anytime.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye now.
Thanks for listening. The Frog Pants Network lives at frogpants.com.